Here we are, another day in Paris, and Marina and I decided to start our morning off with a chocolate croissant and a café crème, so a latte. Just wanted to remind you guys to like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you. I talk about in my course my thoughts on coffee. Just disclaimer here, this is a decaf coffee. I do not drink caffeine, and there's a couple reasons why. Number one, the reason being is because I am someone who has a history of dysregulated hormones and being in a chronic stress state, and caffeine literally just elevates cortisol and can really dysregulate your hormones when done improperly. Now, what would be an improper way to do caffeine in a way that would harm your body? Well, that would be to drink it black with no cream or no sugar, and on an empty stomach and right before you work out. That is like literally a recipe for disastrous hormones. So I tell the girls in the course, I'm like, in the beginning of your journey until you get your period back, stay off of caffeine. When you do go back to caffeine, make sure it's with food, with cream and sugar, and that will help, mitigate the high cortisol that can come from drinking caffeine. We decided to get Chinese food for lunch today, just doing takeout. It's not really good weather outside, so to sit down and eat outside in a bistro just doesn't really sound appealing today, but we got some good stuff and took it home and just enjoying a nice little meal together.
It cost money.
So there you go.
Oh, nice.
I'm actually surprised it came out to €10.
Wow.
Because this was like $1.50 and that was $1.50 a pound. Or maybe a leaf,
yeah.
maybe that's why. It just feel like it added up. So you guys, we were out walking and we didn't really have plans, but our plans of no plans got thwarted by rain. So we went into a little, what was that, Chinese restaurant. Has little to-go, it's like a little buffet style to-go thing, and I got a salad Thailandaise. It's like cabbage, good sauce, all of that, and then I got, help me out.
Poulet poulet rôti, I don't know.
Poulet frit, but I'm trying to think of the English word, to be honest.
Chicken.
Yeah, but chicken, but breaded chicken. I got breaded chicken. Oh, it tastes good. So it's just a simple little lunch. And they give us these little nuggets. I don't know what this is. Little nut nugget. Anyways. Last night was fun. We went dancing. I didn't show you guys because Marina's laughing at me here. I hate vlogging in front of people. We didn't show you guys, but after ice cream, we met some people and we ended up going dancing all last night. So salsa, bachata, what was the other one? Reggaeton, that was it. And then we came home and watched half of Crazy Rich Asians. It was fun. It was a fun night.
It was a fun night, for sure.
I've never experienced nightlife of Paris.
Really?
Never. Because when I lived here when I was 15, my grandma made me be home by 9. And plus it was fall and winter.
Mm-hmm.
Way different thing. And anytime I've been here, I was so obsessed with I have to be to bed at a certain time and I can't eat food late at night and I can't, so it's what are you gonna do? Just hang out in the streets when you don't eat dinner late at night. When everyone eats dinner late at night.
Yeah. It's definitely a fun time.
It's just a fun time. We had a nice dinner with my mom when we got ice cream at 11, which you guys saw. It's part of just like life. Europe has no time. America's like 5 p.m. dinner time. Don't eat past 7 p.m. And Europeans are like, don't eat until 10 p.m. So different.
Junior watching, I be on my. Junior watching, I be on my. Tell him this. Did he miss? Junior watching, I be on my. I can't really see where did I miss. Junior watching, I be on my. Junior watching, I be on my. Tell him this. Did he miss? Junior watching, I be on my. Extras.
Alright, so it decided to rain tonight, summer rainstorm. We had plans to go to Les Invalides to see this cool like light show, and we're not going to make it tonight because it's outdoors and it is raining. We were going to go out to dinner too before, but because of the rain we decided to stay in. So I just went to the grocery store and the boulangerie, just like literally 2 seconds away from the house, and picked up some stuff for tonight. So I got, you can see in this bag here, I have a chanson en pomme, which is, it's like, it is sauteed apples and then they wrap it in puff pastry and like a croissant. It's like my favorite. I'm gonna warm that up and eat it with some, I have some yogurt at the house. And then I got some copa, which is kind of like this thing here. Copa is kind of like prosciutto, but like, we used to eat copa when I was little in Corsica. My grandpa had a house in Corsica, which is a little island in the Mediterranean off of France. It's a French island, and copa is just like so good. And instead of being like $12 for a tiny little pack like it is in the States, it's literally €1.50, which is amazing. I also got some orange juice that I already started drinking, and Cloudscape. They do a lot of like just shredded carrot salads that I really like, and that's about it. So I'm gonna go home and make this. Alright, so many of you have messaged me saying that one of your fear foods, if you were to come to Paris, would be to eat pâtisserie, pastry, croissant. A lot of you guys put chocolate croissants or, you know, those almond sugary croissants, which you don't see too much of here. The ones that I do like actually are chocolate croissants, and I love the swirly one. Usually has a little bit of like pistachio and like raisins or something in it. But for tonight, I got a chanson en pomme, which is one of my favorite, if not my favorite pastry. Chanson en pomme is pretty much, as you can tell, it's like a croissant on the outside, so puff pastry. But inside, à l'intérieur, inside, ooh, it's really hot. I just warmed it up. It's best warm too. Inside there is, I'm not gonna be able to show you yet. Inside there is stewed apples. It's delicious. It's absolutely delicious. So I wanted to eat this with you guys and just chat about this fear because let's go. Because I know that this is something that like I used to fear. In fact, back when I lived in Paris when I was 15 years old, this was probably a year and a half into my kind of eating disorder, my mom sent me away because she was like, I can't handle this, you gotta go live with grandma. So I was like, fine, I'm gonna go live with grandma, you're bugging me anyways. And I came here to live for a couple months, did high school just as like independent study, so took 2 semesters off, came here, and I lived here for a couple months, and I not once ate a croissant or a puff pastry. Not once, not a single time. And then when I came here a couple years ago, like 5 or so years ago, I did a big French trip. It was part of my university. It was my internship, right? And so we weren't just in France, we were kind of all over Europe. We were Italy, Belgium, Norway, Netherlands, Sweden, Italy, all these places. And we did come to France too, and same on that trip. Never ate a croissant, never ate a crepe, never ate any of that stuff because I was vegan at that time. Yeah, I was just vegan. I was like, was I raw vegan? Wasn't raw vegan at that point. I was just vegan. And I mean, basically I was just eating vegetables the whole time. And, you know, I feel like I didn't really actually get to be a part of the experience of being on this trip. Like, I was with 70 people. And they were always going out. They were, they were going to dinner together. They were going to be big brunches. They were getting pastries on the street. They were getting crepes. They're doing all these things, and I just never joined in. And I definitely feel like I missed out. Oh my gosh, this is so good. I definitely feel like I missed out. There was a lot of like bonding time that happened during the food, which is, it's like, yeah, that's what food is. It's the time to sit down, to commune with other people, to relax, to reset, and to like fully experience the culture and everything about the place that you were in. Anyways, I was fearful of something like this, which is so silly to me now because I'm like, this little thing that tastes good. Even your eating disorder has to admit it tastes good. It tastes good. And here I am just like, this would like get me to literally freak out. I've tried to, I'm not even kidding, and I'll maybe have my mom on here to tell the story. I have tried to run out of moving cars because I was afraid of eating something like this. It's so silly to me, because again, it's just a tiny little thing of goodness. It's just a little ball of goodness. So good. But I used to overanalyze this ball of goodness, right? Because I was told from all these other people, oh, this is what carbs, does to your body, and oh, this is how bad sugar is, and oh, you shouldn't eat processed food, and I listened to all these people telling me what this means. And I was never listening to myself and to my body to decipher what this means to me. Because when I taste it, I'm only getting signs of pure bliss. Like pure bliss. Ooh, I'm getting to the apple part here. Okay, so you can see. See how there's like, it's filled with like applesauce. So good. Again, it's really hot, so I'm taking my time with it. So my body like loves it. I desire it. I think about it. Like back when I was in my ED, I don't like overly think about food now, but like I would think about it all day. I would desire it. I would want it. When I would eat it, it would be so pleasurable. And yet it was my head that was coming in with all these narratives that other people had told me about this food, saying this is bad. We have to get rid of these narratives. We have to start just embracing our experience with food. How does this feel? How does it truly feel when you're outside of the eating disorder head? This is what I like really go through in my course. I hope the girls understand this, so it's hard to like just jump into this in a YouTube video, but can we get to the place where we are open to experiencing food, where we are genuinely curious about it, and we allow ourselves to receive the pleasure from it. I think that's super important. And to get out of our heads of like, this is this is that. Like, I didn't go and get this chanson pomme because I was needing 12 ounces of carbohydrates and 5 grams of fat. It's not why I went and got this. I literally was walking on the street and I was like, ooh, we're not gonna go to dinner tonight because it's raining, so I'm gonna get a chanson pomme. Like, last minute decision. It was actually, I was thinking I was gonna get a sandwich when I walked into the boulangerie. And then when I saw this, I was like, I gotta get this. And so it was a just decision made out of pure, like, this is what I desire, this is what I want. That's what happens when you're connected to your body and to your desires. I'm not connected in like an overthinking way. It's just such a natural and neat thing. I'm just like, yeah, I want this. Okay, cool. It's not I'm not like sitting there being like, what do I really desire? It's just like, I'm free with food. I know I can eat any food. You go in and you see what like just makes you happy. All right. But back to this. We're told that carbs are super bad for us. It's like your body literally runs off of carbs. All this literally just turns into brown mush in my stomach within 2 seconds. From that point, my body, when it's in the small intestines, it moves it, the chyme, which is that brown mush, it moves that into the small intestines, and it simply just starts extracting nutrients. It goes, we got some B12, we have some folate, we have some zinc, we have some We have some vitamin D, we have, vitamin K, we have all these things. We're just going to extract that, and now we're going to utilize it, give it to our cells, and this is how it works. You're sitting here thinking, just croissant going down here, and then croissant doing carb things, which makes it like, whoa. No, the body's not doing that. The body's simply just extracting the nutrients it can from this, which, if you're sitting here thinking there's no nutrients from this, no, you're mistaken. Not only can we actually find nutrients in here, but also there's the non-nutritional, or I should say non-vitamin nutrients that are in here. Right now, this is like blast to the past. This is my childhood. This is my connection to France. This is my relationship with my mother. This is like so many things to me. This is me enjoying being in France. That's what this is to me. So you don't always need a nutritional reason to eat something. You don't need a reason at all, but we have to understand that, like, when it comes to like, oh, well, why should I add dairy back in? I'm like, well, let's first talk about the non-nutritional reasons why you should add dairy back in. It gets you to stop fearing certain foods. It allows you to go to anyone's house and just say yes to food. It allows you to participate in charcuterie boards. It allows you to, like, what are the non-nutritional reasons? Focus on that. And that's reason enough. You have a list of reasons of why this is going to be a benefit to you. Who cares what the nutritional label is? Your body doesn't just like see one food as good or bad. That's not how it works in terms of your health. So I'm going to finish the rest of this in peace. But I want to just have that little chit chat with you guys as I enjoy this. Oh, I'm telling you guys, this is so good. Here. One of the best things that I've ever eaten, honestly. So good. So I'm going to enjoy this, and I also got some other things to eat. So my challenge to you here is to go and to get a croissant au beurre, or you can get pain au chocolat or chanson aux pommes. And my challenge to you is to eat it as if you were a chef, or a food critic, I should say, and you were analyzing the taste, the texture, the aroma. Excuse me. I just got something right there. It's really flaky. But you're just analyzing it for the taste. So you're not putting on your nutrition hat here. You're not putting on your dietetics hat. You literally are putting on a chef's hat. Ooh, what would make this taste better? Sometimes with my croissant au beurre, which is plain like butter croissant, I love adding more butter. And I love adding jam. And so, and I love dipping it in coffee. Like, love dipping it, or like hot warm milk or hot chocolate. So be very inquisitive about the food. What would make this taste better? What would add to this? Do I like the texture of this? Is this, like, for me, like, I don't like Fig Newtons because, like, I hate the, like, I don't know, I don't like the mixture of the textures together. Okay, so I figured that out. Like, I'm putting on my chef's hat. It's not from a nutritional perspective. It's from, like, I'm figuring out what I like, what I don't like, and all of that. But keep in mind that the eating disorder voice can tell you that you don't like something, when in reality you do. So, if you need help in this journey and deciding what that is, highly recommend you check out my course, where I'm there every single day with the girls, helping them walk through this whole process on a way more in-depth level. I don't hold back over there. That is my happy place. That is my place where I can just like, this is everything I've ever known about recovery. Let's chat about it. Let's dive into it. And so if you're wanting that type of like commitment to your recovery, of I'm dedicating myself to this, then there is a link below in the description box. I welcome you to go and click the link and to learn about the course, and or send me a DM on Instagram or email me, and let's chat about the options of working together and how you can start this journey and get to the place where you can be in Paris and enjoy a chanson aux pommes and have a good life. All right, bye guys. We decided to go out in the rain nonetheless and to get a little dinner. It's pretty late by this point, but that feels good to get out of the apartment. We kind of were in there all day. So looking forward to tomorrow. Make sure you subscribe so you get to see what I'm up to in Paris.